Children. Today we will study the poem Wind, written by Subramaniam Bharati and translated by A. K. Ramanuj. So let us start with the first stanza. In this stanza, the poet talks directly to the wind. He says that the wind comes gently. He makes a request to the wind, asking it not to break the shutters of the window. Shutters means the glass or the panel used to close or open the window. Not to shatter. Shatter means spread or throw the things or the papers, and not to throw the books down from the shelf. So here the poet is making a request to the wind. He is directly talking to the wind. Wind comes softly. Softly means gently. So in this paragraph, the poet is making a request to the wind to come softly, not to break the shutters of the window, not to scatter the papers which are kept there in his room, and not to throw down the or drop down the books which are kept on the shelves. Yes. Now here before we move on to the next stanza, children, here you have to understand that the poem is divided into two parts. Okay, there is no stanza here. For explanation, I have divided the poem into stanza, but actually the poem is not divided in stanza. So here you have to understand that the whole poem is in two parts. In one part, the poet talks about the wind as a destructive element, where the wind is destroying something. Okay, because here the wind is very strong and it has immense strength to destroy everything whatever comes in his way. And on the other part, in the next part of the poem, the poet talks about the constructive element of the wind. So the whole poem is divided in two parts. First part is talking about the destructive thing, the wind, what all the wind can damage, and in the other part, the poet talks about the constructive thing, how the wind is beneficial for us. So now let us move on to the next stanza. There, look what you did. You threw them all down. You tore the pages of the books. You brought rain again. You 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 are very clever at poking fun at weaklings. So here the poet accuses the wind. The poet is blaming the wind of blowing strongly and messing all the things in his room. As the wind blows down, the book falls down and all the pages are torn. And also the wind is bringing rain along with him. So here also in the second stanza also the poet is directly talking to the wind. Now look at the poetic devices or the literary devices which are in the first and the second stanza. The first poetic device which is used in the first and second stanza is personification. All of you know about personification, you all have already studied. Personification is a poetic device which is used when any living or non-living thing is given the character of human being. So here who is being given the character of human being? It is the wind, because the poet is talking to the wind like a person, and for that's why wind is personified in this poem or in these stanzas. Now, next poetic device which used is anaphora. Anaphora is a new poetic device. Till now, you all have not studied about it. So, just see the line number second, third, and fourth of your poem. Uh, all the three lines starts with a specific word in the beginning. Anaphora means repetition of the same word in continuous line in the beginning. The word should be same, and it should also be in continuous line, and it should also be in the beginning. When it is fulfilling these three conditions, then only the poetic device anaphora is used. So here in line number 2, 3 and 4, the word don't is used repeatedly in the three lines, and it is also used in the beginning of the sentence. So here which poetic device is used? It is anaphora. Okay, so I think the first and the second stanza is clear. Just read the poem and try to understand it once again, and if you have any doubt you can ask. Okay children, thank you.